Hi, I'm Matt, founder of SkySuite. SkySuite makes your spreadsheets and documents smart by incorporating the latest AI and a suite of productivity tools. Today I'm going to walk you through some of our most popular features. To start, I'm going to go to my company's Content Hub and I want to pull in our underwriting model. The Content Hub is your single source of truth for your company's images, logos, and charts. So you can see here, it pulled in my acquisitions model. And if I go to my dashboard, you can see this is blank. So I have a property that I want to underwrite and I want to pull a bunch of different data points from this PDF straight into my spreadsheet. So what I can do is I can use SkySuite's Smart Extract feature. I can select the PDF I want to extract the data from and select the specific data points that I want to extract. I can click OK and I can run this. And what this is going to do is it's going to scan the document using AI and pull those specific data points directly into my model. So you can see here, it just pulled in all these different data points relative to my model and specifically what I asked. Has a ton of different use cases, can work with Word documents, PowerPoints, etc. Next, I'm going to run our table of contents feature. So I go up here and select table of contents. What this is going to do is it's going to scan every single sheet within the workbook, tell me any notes or comments, any pictures, whether the sheet's hidden or visible, as well as any workbook name range that's within the workbook here. So if I click to a certain sheet, you can see it will take me directly there. Same thing for any comments, I can click, it'll take me there. The next thing that I want to do is I want to turn on my AutoSave. You can see it was already on. I can flick that on. That will save different iterations of the workbook. So if things get complicated, I can go back. I'm going to track my time in the workbook. So I'm going to call this test run. And this is going to start tracking the time I spend in the workbook, as well as I'm going to turn on the change tracker. So if I go in and I'm changing different things, 5, let's call this 10 years. Let's call this, let's say I'm going down here and I just want to call this 1,000,000. What this is going to do is it's going to track all these changes. And if I go to my change tracker, you can see it has all these different changes logged in real time as I'm going through and making workbook changes. And I have a rent roll that I want to pull into our workbook. So the easiest way to do this, what I can do using SkySuite, is I can scan the PDF. I can just click the rent roll right here, and I can use our quick OCR feature. This is going to extract all the data from this table directly into our workbook. So you can see it pulled that right into our workbook here. But I don't like this style. I need it to fit to my company guidelines. So what I can do is I can just quickly use the SkySuite shortcuts to just quickly format this workbook per my company guidelines. So you can see here what it did is I had my predefined styles that it pulled in. And if I can go in here, you can see we have over 20 different shortcuts that you can customize, and you can set your default company colors, fonts, you name it. You can pull it directly in SkySuite. The next feature I want to talk about is our AI assistant, which is super advanced and hooks up with the latest LLMs, including ChatGPT, Google's Gemini, Anthropic, and Meta. So what if I want to do is, let's say I do a task all the time and I want to save a certain task. I can create a virtual assistant to basically do anything I want. So what I can do is I can select an image. I'm going to call this divide by 100. And I'm going to tell the assistant what I want to do. You're going to be given a number and we'll divide by 100. Only return the number without an explanation. Then what I can do is every single time I want to run a specific tool, I can just click it, and what SkySuite is going to do is it's going to save that function and it's going to run it on whatever you're working with. So you can use this across a bunch of different use cases to analyze data, manipulate anything that you'd like, to basically change anything within your workbook. So that right now what it did is it just went through and divided everything up. So now what I want to do is, let's say I go to another sheet here, I go to my sales comps and I want to analyze this data here. So what I can do is I can scan the table in and I can click the analyze feature, and it's going to ask me, it's going to tell me what the summary of the data is, and it's going to ask me what I want to do. So what I want to do is, let's say I want to see which of these properties are closest to my subject. So I can just type in which 2 properties are closest to the subject based on all the variables, write a paragraph for each and cite specifics. And I can click OK. And what SkySuite's going to do is, again, it's going to scan in the data, analyze it, and then it's going to send me back a full paragraphs on what I asked for. So you can see it's telling me that comp number 2 is closest, and it's because of the sale date, and tells me all the specific information why, as well as the second one, Flatiron Apartments. You can see, and it cites all the specific variables. So if I copy that and I want to put it directly in my workbook, I can do that. The next tool I want to show you is our advanced formula auditing features. So let's say I go in here and it looks like this formula isn't flowing through correct, so I want to investigate and see what's going on. So I can click our formula audit feature here, which will break out every different element in the formula and will allow me to just easily navigate to every single thing so I can see what's going on. So I can see here, this is pulling 5, if 5 is greater than 6. And let's say I want to further break this out. You can keep going and see every dependent of a dependent as far as it goes, so you can trace and know exactly what's pulling from what within your workbook. Is I can use SkySuite's advanced cleaner function, which will allow me to scan the workbook and identify different things that I want to do within the workbook. So I can set the default workbook font. If I want to set the font color by type, I can choose if I want regular cells, formula cells, external formulas. I can delete all the hidden notes and comments, delete all the named ranges with an error, break any external links. I want to reset the worksheet view and hide the grid lines. And then I'm going to run. And what this is doing is it's scanning for all those things that I identified within the workbook. It found all the problems, and I chose it to create a brand new workbook with all these changes. So it won't mess up anything that you're working with, and you can do this as many times as you want. So you can see here, I can work in my existing workbook as this is working on in the background, going through and doing all those different things that I selected. And if you see right here, what it just did is it spit me out a brand new Operation Successful, a brand new clean workbook here. And let's just start with the dashboard tab. So that's the old one. And you can see with the new model, what it did is it removed all the grid lines, reset my view to A1, got rid of any notes or comments that I selected, and it changed all the font as well, and then it changed the color coding for the formulas. So you can see all the blues are inputs, all the blacks are text or formulas. Now that I've finished my spreadsheet, what I want to do is I want to create a presentation with all the things that I've done. So I can go to our content hub here, and I want to build something from scratch. I can just quickly import whatever predefined slides I have. So I just pulled in our header and our disclaimers. Then I'm going to say I want to create a rent roll page right here. So what I can do is I can go back to our model. I can go to the rent roll tab, and all I need to do, I'm going to delete any old links. I can select from the open files, and I'm going to link our PowerPoint presentation to our Excel file. So now that it's linked, all I can go to do, and I want to select whatever tab I want to import it in, link PowerPoint to Word, create link. I click OK, and what this is going to do is it's going to instantly import it into our presentation. And what's neat about this is a smart link now. So if I go back and I want to make any changes, let's say I want to make this black, and let's say I just want to go in and highlight. If I go back to my presentation, you can see all this is being done live. So you don't have to worry about copying and pasting anymore. So that's all synced up there, and now you should be good to go.
Supercharge Office 365 for free today. SkySuite offers 50+ AI tools to automate tasks and improve efficiency. Download it from the link in the description. Subscribe for more ways to maximize your Office 365 experience.